Good people, you guys are here again with Mrs. Cynthia, which is myself. And my show is Heavenly Sent People You Should Know. You guys know that I go out and find people that I think you guys should know. And so, in short, you guys know that I'm the CEO of Heavenly Sent Youth Organization. I actually just did a collaboration with CPD and Habitat Humanities. We just did a basketball event, skills challenge, and that was cool. And so we've got so much stuff that we've got that we're in the process of rolling out. So stay tuned. You guys know you can reach me on Facebook, TikTok, and Instagram, Heavenly Sent Youth. And so enough about me. So to my right, I have a young lady that I have been watching, taking social media by storm. I mean, she's doing some amazing stuff, and I'm just happy that we now have people in position in places that are in the process and wanting to turn the 24th ward around. And so, with that being said, this is Miss Denita. I'm going to let her introduce herself.
Denita Robinson, lifelong North Lawndalian, also the CEO of the North Lawndale Chamber of Commerce.
So, Denita, a while ago, you actually ran for 24th Ward. You ran for the 24th Ward Alderman seat, correct?
I will say I was going to turn in petitions before, it was my intentions to run before I met Monique. Yeah.
Nice. And so, like you just said, and so Monique, who is now our alderman, and so from you running and you meeting Monique, so now you guys are on the equal ground, and I love it. I love to see that, and it speaks volumes, because a lot of times when you see people running for the same seat, it's a cat and mouse game. And so the fact that you guys came together and now doing what's necessary to progress the 24th ward. Tell us a little bit about that.
When we saw the transition happening in 24th Ward, I think just red flags for the whole entire community. It was like, oh my God, we're up for grabs. And in that process, I had learned that Monique Scott was running for alderwoman. And at the time, we knew the community at the time wasn't necessarily a fan of the current alderperson. And so I was just like, well, how do we make this work? I met with some other individuals that were possibly thinking about running as well, and stopping in with them. One of the things I asked is that we should at least have a conversation with the person that is in that seat before we make any final decisions. Of those folks that were in that meeting, I was the only one that actually extended that olive branch and went directly to her office.
Good for you.
And after getting to know her and having my own individual conversation and questions for her as far as her priority for the ward, I saw no fit for two black women to go against each other. Neither did she. She was open arms to supporting what I believed in and helping me uplift those things. And I agreed to do the exact same thing. As a matter of fact, the day I walked out of her office was when I made my public stat on my page to endorse her, to make sure that anybody that followed me and believed in me understood that she was in alignment completely with that. And it wasn't fake, it wasn't phony. She's been real since the day that I've been able to come in contact with her. And that's why I continuously, wholeheartedly support her as our alderwoman for the 24th Ward.
I love it. So I've been knowing Monique over 20 plus years, right? Our kids are the same age, right? And so I can honestly say that Monique is an individual that's transparent. There's no hidden agenda. And I'm happy that she has the seat, and more so happy that you guys was able to work together, because that's what's needed. So often, we got enough going on, if that makes sense. We got enough going on for everybody to be divided. So the fact that you two collaborated is awesome.
She's pure. I think, a lot of times people are not used to alder people or just public officials in general being as genuine as she is.
I agree.
Her community is personal to her, as it should be for any alder person. And for us, that's what we need to get the change, specifically for us. And I think a key to what you said is that she has no ulterior motives behind what she does. She wants a valued community. She wants our community to look like any other above average community in the city. And what she's done is collectively built a team around her that believes in that vision that we will create just that. And that's kind of how we got to the point where we are today.
So fast forward. So from that, where were you? I mean, so what position in the workforce did you sit prior to what we're about to talk about now?
Prior to this, I was regional for neighborhood housing services, and prior to that, I was trained to be an organizer from United Power Action and Justice. Prior to that, I worked 15 years in infectious disease at Mount Sinai Hospital. Dr. Glick, shout out to her. But those were pretty much just surrounding the community and advocacy and in housing and home ownership, creating Black home ownership in Black communities. And me and Monique really locked arms on making sure we created valuable and equitable houses in North Lawndale, a community that's always tarnished from the public eye. But the folks, those of us who are in community and see the value of our community is exactly why we work hard together to do that.
Thank you for that. And that's the reason I wanted to get to my point now, because a lot of times people see people in position and say, hey, this person isn't qualified, this person is so on and so forth. So as you guys just heard, she has been an advocate in the community in many different sectors. And so now tell us about the 24th Ward Chamber of Commerce. How did you get to be president? Tell us about that.
So with creating the organization, I just kind of did some simple research, looked at all of the things that our community had and was lacking at the current time. I was once a part of our Chamber of Commerce that was humbly led by Rodney Brown, CDC, and CDC. So once that kind of shelled away, our community was missing that asset. And I did some talking. Monique actually made a referral to me to go and get some wisdom from Pastor Hunter, Marvin Hunter of Grace Memorial Baptist. He took me under his wing for like the past year.
That's dope.
Of all lessons, let me tell y'all, you're gonna learn. If that man pull you under his wings, just know every single night is a book report and learn a lesson. But I'm grateful to it because part of what both Monique is like that as well. If she feels like you want to go get something done, one of the first places she'll send you is to be trained about it.
I love it.
She doesn't want you to just go out there and be naked and not be qualified, because at the end of the day, everything that represents the 24th Ward represents Monique Scott.
I love it.
So what she wants is for the best to represent her. She humbly exists, and I told her that no longer can she hold me back from uplifting her. I've humbly done that for 2 years while being boots on the ground, working in the snow with her, volunteering, going through alleys in our community to make sure, you got to tell her to stay out of the alleys. Like, this woman, she's everywhere throughout our community.
I agree.
And having that support was the leading force as to me, like, okay, so what is my older woman missing to have power in her community?
I love it.
And it's a chamber. So in our conglomeracy and promise to each other is to look out for one another. And I promise to do that continuously in every room that I get the opportunity to be in, is for people to know that she is not your typical older person, but she definitely should be duplicated.
I love it. Well said. What are the benefits of being in the chamber?
So, we'll just talk about the two tangibles that when folks automatically join the chamber, we have a relationship and sponsorship from Small Business Advocacy Council with Scott Baskin, who came out to speak to the community in our initial info session meeting. He came out to speak to folks because you get a year mentorship. We're trying to get in our first year 15 to 20 businesses in that year mentorship. And this is not just you sitting down talking to someone about your problems like a therapy session, but you as a business owner talking to a more privileged more privileged business owner to make sure that you have the tangibles to be a successful business. You sign a contract with this mentorship because the object of the mentorship is to achieve goals. Far too many times in our community do we have conversations, but we don't have plans with tangible goals that we can feel proud of after a certain amount of time, and that's what that particular mentorship offers to folks. We also have a direct and only relationship. We are the only chamber. There's no chamber that exists that has a direct relationship with the Riot Fest. The Riot Fest offers, and that can go on any book. We are the only chamber with a direct relationship that offers that vendorship for our community corner.
I love it.
In order for any business to go into that community corner segment of the Riot Fest, because of the work that Monique, myself, other folks like Marcus Betch, Drew, all these great people who work consistently with me behind the scenes, volunteering our time, no sleep, trying to figure out ways to make this successful. This took 3 years of testing before we decided to make sure that there was a partnership with an institution in our community that made sense. So we didn't wake up one morning and say, oh, the Riot Fest is here, we should join in. No, we put them to work, and they showed up. And what that allows for us is to have vending businesses, both artisan and vending that creates food, drinks, and other things be a part of the Riot Fest. And in totality, that typically turns into about 25 businesses total. Because on our food vending side, we do 10 to 12. And then on our artisan side, we do about 10 to 12. And then we still allow all non-for-profits that want to be in the fest in our particular ward that is a part of the chamber, you are in automatically for free as well.
Wow.
So all of those are tangible relationships you walk into the chamber and gain. And simultaneously, we'll have experts come in on each level of business so that people can learn business credit. Because part of this process is to change the habit of our community. You know, repetition is key. So what we want to do is make sure that it's a rotating door of credit specialty, business one-on-one, business economics, and also teaching our non-for-profits how to coexist with the for-profit on the backside so that the community doesn't lose.
I love it.
I think that was probably one of the most important things that we promote at our chamber is to make sure we couple non-for-profits with for-profits, especially in impoverished communities like North Lawndale. And this is one of the beliefs of our alderwoman as well. We have like 70 of 80 non-for-profits. That means no taxes are going into our community. So when our parents say the schools are just terrible, then we have to think about all of these service programs that are not attached to a for-profit. And it's no knock to the programs because our kids, folks need them. But we have to think about it with a double-sided cap that says, how do we both help the youth, the community, but then how do we also offer taxes for a better school?
I love it.
We need new development along our streets, the infrastructure, all of that, the taxes from homeownership, business economics, and business taxes, all of that contributes to us having a better community. What better way to do that than to couple that with a non-for-profit with coming through our particular Chamber of Commerce to do that and make it legit and have a direct relationship with our alderwoman in the process.
I can attest to that because she's often in my ear telling me, yeah, you got a non-for-profit, but you have to have a for-profit as well. I hear it so much. And it makes sense because without the for-profit, you're robbing Peter to pay Tom to try to get the profit, wheel in motion. And so it makes sense. And
They're
so
teammates.
Exactly. And I love the way she just casually have conversation. It's never like, okay, you need to do this. We could just be having a conversation. She'll throw in something like, okay, you should try this, or what you think about this? And I go home and be like, oh, she was trying to tell me, okay, it makes sense.
She's a leader who builds other leaders. She believes in other leaders. And that's one thing that I love about her that, as an organizer, we're taught to do, is to build other leaders. And pretty much that's what we want to do with the chamber. I continue to say this, the chamber is not us against anybody.
I love it.
It's a come eat with us at this table.
So wait a minute, are you guys, is it open to others outside of 24th Ward?
Yeah, but our priority, and let me be clear with this, it is open to businesses outside of the 24th Ward, but the priority is the 24th Ward. We need brick and mortar in our community. We are not closing the door on any business, but the priority work goes to the priority ward, which is the 24th Ward. And we have to make sure that we take care of home, before we take care of anybody else. And right now, home is the 24th Ward, and those services need to be given directly to struggling business owners who've been trying to get some type of niche to get into the game so that then next we can try to transfer them to some capital with our relationship with Wintrust and figure out how do we utilize that relationship to educate them, open bank accounts.
Love it.
It all supposed to work together. And that's the alderwoman's goal is unity. The Chamber of Commerce is trying to be the change that not just our alderwoman wants us to see, but you, me, other folks that exist in the community collaborating together so that we uplift what you have going on, you uplift what we have going on, and we share it in community. And that's when the dollars start to circulate, because the mentality is to keep the money at home. So that's what we really want.
I love it. So where could they find you, Denita, and more information about the Chamber of Commerce?
We are on Instagram and Facebook right now. I'm finalizing our webpage because of some name technicalities, which shorten it down, and just being culturally competent with creating that for us. Because I can put the whole name, but then you won't remember it. So I'm working with our media team right now to finalize that within this week. But you can go to North Lawndale Chamber of Commerce, and that's on any social media platform right now to get connected with us. We also have links on those sites for you to get directly with us. And you can also email us at Lawndale Chamber of Commerce 2324, those are the 2 zip codes, 2324, at gmail.com.
I love it. So do you have any meetings coming up? Any sessions revolving around that?
We do. Actually, let me give a shout out to my wonderful COO, April Campbell, for being there and being a backbone for me with this entire process. Behind the scenes, doing so much work for me to make sure that we are prepared for the spaces that will go in. And April 16th, at 1457 South Kenneth Avenue from 5:30 to 7 is where our next info session will be. And our office is actually, our first office is directly across from there, and our final location will be at Grace Manor.
What are some of the early wins you're expecting to achieve?
Well, we walk in the door, humbly with 2 wins already, and that's the SBAC mentorship and the vendors corner, community corner with the Riot Fest. Those aren't relationships that we have to figure out if they're going to be successful.
Wow.
They've been tried, experienced, and they are successful already. And what we're doing now is just making it available to the members of the chamber.
So is there anything cut in here for our youth?
Oh, absolutely. So I would have to pull my phone out. Because
Sure.
I got 5 committees, y'all, and they long. Some of them are super long.
I love it.
We have some really dope committees a part of our chamber, and one of them is our youth committee that we were actually going to talk offline to bring you on to be a part of.
I love it. I love it.
So I'm looking at it because I know I sent my committees out. But we have the land use committee. We have, I can open up this app actually, where is it? Really fast.
So now y'all ain't got to try to figure it out because y'all heard it right here from the president.
Because they're specific to making sure we actually grow the community, Lord. Where is it? Do you have my form? No. Where is the committee names? I know.
So y'all heard all the links: Facebook, Instagram.
Give me 1 second, y'all. I got so many pictures.
Twitter. This is something big. This is we've been needing to network and collaborate.
Oh,
So
and while I'm looking for it, don't forget the Juneteenth parade that the chamber is leading in partnership with Grace Memorial Baptist, and also in partnership with Grace at Jerusalem CDC and our Alderwoman Monique Scott. It is the first annual Juneteenth Justice for All
I love it.
Parade that will be happening along 16th Street from 16th and Cosner all the way to 16th and Holman. So that's why it's probably taking me so long.
Oh, we're having a June 10th parade.
Yes, so that will
cool.
be, come out and celebrate with us for Black Love. Everybody knows that we are a community that has been open and welcoming to everybody. It's time that those same folks come back and show us some love on the day of Black Love.
Hello, somebody.
And here are the committees. Land Use, Stewardship, and Sustainable Agriculture Committee. We have Fundraiser and Development Committee. We have Family and Youth Business Committee. We have Business Intelligence and Analytics Committee. We have Government Affairs and Community Advocacy Committee. We also have the SBAC Committee, and we have the Riot Fest Committee, but those are already shelled out, so we would need to take up our volunteer time for that. We would just need our folks to come into these other committees where everybody builds, everybody develops, everybody learns, and everybody grows, and everybody counts. And the motto of our chamber is everybody eats.
Everybody eats. I love it. So I was just on social media, and I see you have a vice president now, right?
Yes. She's the COO.
Okay.
Chief Operating
And what's her name
Officer.
again?
April Campbell.
Okay.
And her credentials are so long, sometimes I forget half of them, but I do know that she is a proud member of the Alpha Kappa Alpha,
Okay.
aka sorority. She also has political background with working in public officials' office. She's also a former engagement specialist to North Lawndale Community Coordinating Council.
Makes sense.
She's also a consultant in Trinity firm with myself. We have a Trinity consulting firm that we both run to help write grants and other things before. So that's also how it led it to the chamber.
Well, Denita, thank you so much for your time. Thank you so much. I'm so excited to see what 24th Ward has in store for the community. As always, I want to give a shout out to my mother, my grandmother, and my son for just supporting me, my cousin, and just all of my supporters, parents, and kids. Thank you guys so much. And of course, CAN TV for giving us this platform for me to be able to bring on people like you. Anybody you want to give a shout out to?
You. She does an amazing job humbly in our community, and let's make sure we uplift her and continue to promote the things that she has. But I'm all about community, so as long as you keep doing things like this, I'm just out here embracing love and ready for us to keep growing, North Lawndale.
I love it. Thank you so much. See you guys next time, next month, second Monday for Heavenly Sent People You Should Know.